The transformation of Carter from Yellowstone has heads turning. Not so long ago, everyone was focused on leading man Kevin Costner's controversial Yellowstone exit and all the drama surrounding it, but Finn Little, who plays Carter on the hit show, stole the spotlight when fans started to notice that Little was, well, not so little anymore. When the actor made his Yellowstone debut in 2021, during Season 4, he still had adorable, boyish good looks, but by the time Season 5 rolled around just a year later, Little had undergone a stunning transformation. In fact, his appearance changed so much between the two seasons that fans took to the internet to wonder aloud whether another actor had been cast in the role of Carter. Yellowstone might have exposed Little to a global audience, but it wasn't his first rodeo. The Australian native got into acting at a young age, thanks to his mother's encouragement. As Little proudly told the film Pie, "She got me and my sister into Estevod performances to help us with our public speaking so we wouldn't be nervous. She must have thought we were all right because she signed us up with an agent," later adding, "We did some commercials, and then when I was 10 years old, I landed the role in Storm Boy." Little subsequently found himself on a bit of a winning streak, with attention-grabbing appearances in Tidelands and The Reckoning. Next up, he starred in 2019 thriller Angel of Mine alongside Luke Evans. Despite getting an early and successful start in the industry, Little never consciously decided to be an actor. It just kind of happened. "I never thought I could have a career as an actor," he acknowledged to the O Review before noting, "It's an amazing experience, and better than being stuck in an office." Little formed a strong bond with Angelina Jolie while filming Those Who Wish Me Dead. At just 14, Finn Little landed a role in Those Who Wish Me Dead, starring alongside none other than Angelina Jolie. This got the young actor plenty of attention, but he had to shelve his Australian accent for the film, something the Yellowstone star admitted during his chat with the film Pie wasn't exactly easy to do. "I notice every tiny thing that's wrong with my American accent and every little acting mistake that I make," Little said, sharing that watching himself on screen isn't something he enjoys doing regardless. Accent challenges aside, the up-and-comer developed a very special bond with his co-star, Jolie, while working on the film. Little recalled how the Oscar-winning actor made sure the two of them got to know each other well before the cameras started rolling. She really took Little under her wing, inviting him over to her house on weekends, where he also got to spend some time with her kids. "We got to know each other pretty well off set, and it was great to have that so we'd feel more comfortable on set," the Aussie native enthused. While speaking to the O Review, he also recalled how Jolie took him to play airsoft, alongside swimming and enjoying barbecues. "You use little plastic pellets that you shoot at each other. We had a lot of bonding time," Little said, adding, "It was really fun to have that relationship with her outside of the film." The Aussie native had to continue his schooling on set. Like many child actors who grew up to be stunning, Finn Little can attest to the fact that balancing being a kid while also working extensively as a professionally employed actor has its challenges. One of them was continuing his education as the Yellowstone star's career skyrocketed. The young actor had to focus on good old-school work between takes, and when he wasn't spending time on movie sets, Little attended his regular school at home in Brisbane, Australia. By the age of 17, he'd managed to stay on track with his education, but then Little landed a role in the psychological thriller The Surfer, and quickly found himself having to once again master the balancing act of school and filming. Little made it look easy, but it must have taken quite a toll on the actor, who also notably logged long hours on an airplane while traveling across the country from Western Australia, where The Surfer was shot, to his school in Brisbane. Little's sudden transformation after landing a role on Yellowstone made headlines. Finn Little became a fan favorite on Yellowstone when he was cast as Carter, the boy Beth Dutton adopts in Season 4 after his father dies. He definitely looked the part of a frightened young kid, but when Season 5 aired a year later, Little, then 16, had grown up so fast that even some of the crew didn't recognize him when he greeted them on set. In a Facebook post, Little made fun of his seemingly overnight transformation. "Outgrow my clothes. See you soon," he captioned a post teasing the Season 5 premiere. It wasn't just the crew who didn't recognize Little. Even his co-stars had to do a double take. While speaking to Entertainment Tonight, Cole Hauser, Rip Wheeler, had to take a moment to come to terms with the fact that Little looked nothing like he had the year before. "That boy's looking me in the eye," he quipped. He went from, like, a little pudgy kid to all of a sudden lean and tall, and I think he's 6'1". He came in this year and he looked at me and he's like, "You ain't gonna K with me this year, Cole." Little's transformation from seasons 4 to 5 was so jarring that the writers actually decided to address it, having John Dutton, Kevin Costner, comment on Carter's appearance. "Quit growing, because it freaks me out," his character tells Carter upon encountering him in the first episode, via Esquire. Later, John jokes, "If you grow a beard, you're fired." He had to learn how to surf for his role in The Surfer. It's no secret that actors sometimes have to do some serious training for a role, and when Finn Little landed The Suffer, which premiered at the 2024 Cannes Film Festival, he found himself in exactly that position. The Yellowstone star didn't have a massive role in the movie, but he got a star opposite Nicolas Cage, who portrayed his troubled father, hellbent on exacting revenge on a gang who mercilessly embarrasses him in front of his son. Little, hilariously, didn't realize who Cage was beforehand. "I knew the name Nick Cage, but I couldn't put his face to it," he sheepishly confessed to The Hollywood Reporter. "I don't know a lot of the people I work with, which is probably pretty bad." Nonetheless, the actor took to Instagram ahead of the film's premiere to express his immense gratitude for the opportunity, writing, "Thrilled to have been a small part of it." As the title indicates, there is some surfing involved, but Little had only tried his hand at the sport once before, which meant he needed some coaching to make it look convincing. "I remember one of my first surf lessons, my instructor, Tim, was like, 'Let's just go all the way out.' I thought fine and I trusted him and everything," the Aussie native disclosed. The experience wasn't without its mild terrors either. "The amount of power in those waves is insane," Little pointed out. Despite being thrown into the deep end, pun intended, the actor thoroughly enjoyed surfing and planned on continuing to do it, but since he spends a majority of his time in Montana filming Yellowstone, with no ocean in sight, Little's had to accept that improving his surfing skills isn't in the cards for the time being.